Assalamu alaikum. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, and all of the righteous families of the planet. It's your big brother Fahiym back again with another bill for the family. This right here, family, is just, this is a bill, but yet and still, it's like, I'm going to call this like a quick bomb. You know what I mean? A quick bombing. Something real quick, real simple, some of the gods out there sent me a bill with a brother from out of Detroit. This brother, he's on here saying that, the 5%ers, they're not Muslims, the father didn't teach us that, yada, 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 the same talking points that most 5%ers in the nation of gods and earths have. And I said, I'm like straight up and down, I'm getting real tired of even going over this subject because it's almost like I'm ready to advance forward, move forward, and deal with other topics. But for some reason, this topic still keeps coming around and these same talking points keep surfacing again and again and again. We've already said that a 5%er is a Muslim. He's a Muslim and he is a God. According to the lesson, this is what the lessons teach us. They've always taught that. The authors of the lessons were Muslim gods. Master Fard Muhammad was a Muslim god. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a Muslim god. The messenger taught us about the scientists. He said that they were all Muslims. He told us about the first God, the creator of the heavens and the earth. He was a Muslim, and all of his people after him are Muslims as well. This is from the authors of the teachings. But for some reason, it's like with the brothers in the M.G.C, they don't want to adhere to that. They just stick with the father told us something different. A man who was only studying and who only had knowledge of self for less than 10 years went above these elders, these scientists, these high scientists, and he told us something different. Now, I don't believe the father told them anything different, me personally. I believe the father kept it just the way it was, although he didn't mention the word Muslim God. I think if Brother Clarence was here today and we asked him, are you a Muslim God? I don't think he would flip out and like just emphatically now cipher and want to chop our heads off for even asking him that question. I think he would say, yeah, most definitely. I'm a Muslim, but yeah, I'm God. I'm Allah. And I don't have no problem with that because I'm Allah. I'm the God. You know what I mean? This is what our lessons teach us. New people, and like I tell brothers all of the time, this is how you know that brothers have been indoctrinated, because if you give the lessons to any newborn or any new individual just looking at them for the first time, and they look at it, they're going to be like, oh yeah, this is some old Muslim stuff, or this is some Islamic type of studies, because they see the name Muhammad in there. They see the name Arabia in there. They see, Muslim in there. They see, they see words that, in Islam, this is what is consistent with that form of religion or that practice, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's only the ones who've been indoctrinated. And I always say this, those are the ones who've been taught and trained to disregard what the truth is. When you see something that's actual truth, disregard that, because that's not what it is. And their reason or their, for telling them to do such things is because the father taught us something different. But they never come out and show and prove that the father said, I ain't no Muslim. Don't call me no Muslim God. Don't associate me with nothing with Islam. None of this. The Father didn't teach none of that. Even as a young Muslim in Islam, the Father did not teach none of that. And he didn't teach none of his students to say no such foolishness. None of that. But yet and still, brothers still have the same old rhetoric, the same old rhetoric. If you create your own lessons and have your own thing, you could say whatever you want. But when you use the 120 lessons, when you use the supreme wisdom package of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, it's going to convict you every time. Because every time you sit there and try to say, I'm not no Muslim, I don't submit, I ain't no, that ain't me. The lessons are saying, yeah, it is you. And you dumb, deaf, and blind because you don't even know that. The lessons themselves convict you. The lessons itself convicts you of such foolishness. Let's listen to this brother. I don't know who this brother is. Never met him. They say he's from out of Detroit. Some brother said Dr. Bahu or whatever. You know, I don't know, but you know, we'll listen to it.
The original man is God of the universe. It says nothing about a Muslim. None of that. This is the last days. There's no more prophets. There are no more messengers. It's only God. And the original man is Allah. Go get the 1974 Savior's Day speech when Elijah Muhammad said, every time you look at a black man, you are looking at God. Father is one who furthers the education of another. So Allah is the Father. And Allah I'm talking about is the one you keep miscalling him, Clarence 13X. And matter of fact, I'm in Detroit. Or we call it D-Mecca. I'll be all through the streets. Where you at, brother? Where can we get a paper from you? Where do you speak at? We have rallies every third Sunday month at Belle Isle. Your knowledge, if it's supreme, bring it. Black man is God. That's blasphemy. Right. How are you going to speak against the Father? You ain't even did a third of his work, motherfucker. The duty of the civilized is to what? Teach the uncivilized, so I'm teaching you. And I'm going to beat you with many stripes. So I'm serving you with a 318 and a 1242nd. Go to King James Bible. Ezekiel 3:18 and St. Luke 12:47. You've been warned. You don't know the duty of a civilized person. Teach the uncivilized. You too busy trying to accuse other righteous people. That's in the 4th degree and the 1 through 14. You come amongst the righteous people trying to accuse us. Do your teachings. If you so right and exact, let your works outweigh ours. Nobody never heard of you, black man. Who are you? God is seen and heard everywhere. Chump, you Johnny come lately. The Father was teaching in 64 when Elijah was living. He said that he was Allah. You Johnny come lately, motherfucker. The Father went out to the streets and built his own nation. Yeah, I'm talking to you like that, brother. If you don't like it, meet me wherever, black man.
All right. So we'll go through this. And this is the reason why I refer to brothers as babies. Babies. You know, now I'm not even going to deal with, you know, his information. I'm not his information, but I'm not even going to deal with his language because, you know, he's a savage. I mean, it's plain to see. Because first of all, before we even get to the degrees and me bombing you on the lessons, first of all, we're grown men at the end of the day. So I'm not going to talk to another grown man and be cursing at him and talking to him, especially if I'm trying to get to the root of something. I'm not going to be talking to him like that. I'm going to be talking to him like, you know, like, yo, what's good? You know, in a scholarly way, let's sit down and get to the bottom of this. Let's find out what the truth is. This is how I'm going to be approaching him, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Not, yo, come meet me over here. I'm from over here. Come meet me. And like, I mean, what are you doing? To me, it's giving agent provocateur, like, you know, like you're J. Edgar Hoover's boy, you know what I mean? You're one of his cronies, you know what I mean? Talking like that, because you're not trying to get to the bottom of no information or to get to know truth. No, you trying to get somebody somewhere so you could, you know, pull out a gun, start shooting, commit acts of violence and stuff like that, just so it could give a bad name to the 5%ers and make us look like savages. Look, they can't even get together and discuss nothing. They call themselves building, but every time they get together, it's always destroying. What building are they doing? They talk to each other disrespectful. Like listening to you, I can't tell the difference between you and a savage nigga on the corner with a 40 in his hand and a blunt. I can't tell the difference. Y'all sound the same. I mean, come on. So that's before we even get to your rhetoric or your talking points or whatever in the lessons. That's before we even get to that. But let's go through this baby God's summation that he gave, and I played the whole thing. It was just a little short few minutes, 2 minutes or whatever, or a minute and a half. But we're gonna play it again, and I'm gonna just walk through it and just bomb them. It's gonna be like a little light bombing today. Nothing serious. This is nothing. There's nothing new here, people. I do this all the time. Let's listen again.
The student enrollment say the original man is God of the universe. It says nothing about a Muslim, none of that.
Okay, let's stop right there. That's the first thing, because he said so much things in this little short clip that was now cipher. It's like I can't even begin to tell you where I need to start at. But okay, the original man. I'm taking out my lessons because I ain't no quotologist like you, brother. You quoting but clearly don't understand nothing, right? Okay, so the original man, it says, is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of civilization, and the God of the universe, right? That's what the first degree says in our student enrollment, right? And then you go down to the third degree and it tells you the population of the original nation. Now, the original man is a member of the original nation. And the lessons teach us in the third degree that the population of the original nation, who the original man is a member of, in the wilderness of North America and all over the planet Earth is 17 million, with the 2 million Indians making it a total of 19 million, 4 billion, 400 million all over the planet Earth, right? This is the first student enrollment, right? This is the, from the beginners. I got to go back to the baby lessons, the beginner lessons, so I can get the brothers to understand, right? Now, so that's talking about the original man, right? That's who that's talking about. And it says they number about 17 million. Now let's go to the English C1 lesson and let's look at the 19th and the 20th degrees. How many original Muslims are there in North America? 20 says a little over 17 million. Now, this is talking about the original man. See, this is where you M.G.C brothers always go off course. You like to break up the lessons and I guess cherry pick, whichever part suits you for whatever particular time that you're in. You use that to, big yourself up, but yet and still you don't even use or include the whole lessons, and it all is encompassed in one body of study. You're separating the student enrollment from the 1 to 36, the 1 to 10 from the 1 to 36, and then you separate the 1 to 36 from the 1 to 14, then the 1 to 14 from the 1 to 4. Like all of these are different to you guys. For some reason, I don't understand that. Because as 5%ers, you get your supreme mathematics, you get your supreme alphabet, you get your 12 jewels of Islam, and then you begin getting the lessons now from the supreme wisdom package of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You get your 1 to 10, which is the student enrollment, then the 1 to 36, which is the English C1. Then you get the Lost Found Muslim lesson number 1, the 1 to 14, and then the Lost Found Muslim lesson number 2, what we call the 1 to 40. All of these are together. Why do y'all like breaking everything up? Explain that. If you can. No one can. But when you look at it now, when you put all of the lessons together, you see why reading comprehension is important. And you see the reason why the students of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the 5%ers that are students of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we say that we're Muslim gods. You see that now because everything now is together. If you just take the knowledge degree and the student enrollment and break that off and keep that all to yourself and don't have no other, then yeah, you probably could say whatever you want to say. But you can't do that, brother. Because the original man is a member of the original nation. And it says the original nation here in the wilderness of North America is 17 million. Now, in the English C1 lesson, the 19th degree, it says how many original Muslims are there in North America? A little over 17 million. The original Muslims are members of the original nation, which numbers 17 million. So we see right here, a little over 17 million. So approximately, that number's an approximate. But when you go right up above that, it tells you the original man's own self. What is his own self? It says in the 13th and the 14th degree, his own self is a righteous Muslim. So that's your core. That's the core of your being. A righteous Muslim. When you come out of the womb of your mother, you're a Muslim by nature, because the Muslim in you is what makes you yearn and desire for knowledge, right knowledge, good knowledge, not any negativity. That's something that you train up in or you become indoctrinated in, depending on what society you were raised up in. When you put someone in a righteous society among righteous gods, then we have a natural inclination towards doing what is right and learning what is right. That's it. Now, we go over again, and the question is asked, did I hear you, the 21st degree in the 136 still, did I hear you say that some of the 17 million do not know that they are Muslims? 22nd degree, yes, sir. Y equals self. Yes, sir. The 23rd degree, I can hardly believe that, or I hardly believe that, unless they're blind, deaf, and dumb. The 24th degree says, well, they were made blind, deaf, and dumb by the devil when they were babies. And then the 25th degree, look at the next question that comes. Can the devil fool a Muslim? Can a Muslim be fooled? Notice how that's the next question after that, because you Muslim brothers don't even know that y'all Muslims. Oh, we're gods, we ain't no Muslim, we God, yeah. Your reading comprehension is off, completely off. I haven't even gotten to the 1 to 40 yet, the 16th degree and the 1 to 40, where the question is asked, who are the 5% on this part of the planet Earth? I haven't even gotten to that yet. And it's already a bombing, a complete bombing, annihilation already. Let's play some more of the baby God. Let's play some more of this.
This is the last days. There's no more prophets. There are no more messengers. It's only God. And
who said that there were any prophets and messengers? Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, 1400 years ago was the last prophet, because he brought the final revelation, or the book, Qur'an, al-Kitab. Elijah Muhammad is the last messenger. After Elijah Muhammad, there's no need for any more messengers. Elijah Muhammad is considered a God messenger because from his loins comes gods. He produces nothing but gods. So this is why I'm telling you, I'm Allah, I'm God. There ain't no other God in this universe. I'm the God in this dispensation of time. That's me. Elijah made me that. Elijah taught me that. Elijah taught the Father that. But somehow you brothers have gone off course and are teaching something else. What you're teaching is not going to give people the knowledge or the capacity to be God. You still got them spooked. You gonna have them spooked out. I mean, for real, for real. So no, there's, the prophets and days of prophets and messengers, that's over with. It's God on the scene today. All God body stuff today we dealing with.
The original man is Allah. Go get the 1974 Savior's Day speech when Elijah Muhammad said, every time you look at a black man, you are looking at God. Father is one who furthers the education of another. So Allah is the Father. And the Allah I'm talking about is the one you keep miscalling him, Clarence 13X.
I can call him whatever I want to because I'm not no 5%er in the nation of gods and earths. That's y'all organization. That's your crew. That's your clique. I'm not a part of that. I'm not a member of that. I see y'all as my brothers, but that's it. I'm not a part of your crew. So stop trying to make me do what y'all do in y'all crew. That's like, I don't understand where you brothers get this from. Like in the Nation of Islam, we gave him the name X. But X is not nothing that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to y'all because y'all don't understand the supreme alphabets. So it's disrespectful to you because you don't understand the value of the letter X. X adds value to a unit. It doesn't diminish or take away anything. The X only symbolizes that he knows that his last name is not Smith no more. That was the name of some Caucasian white man or slave master. That's not him. He came to that actualization, that realization. There's nothing wrong with that. I was an X at one point. We're all X's at one point because we're growing into the knowledge of ourselves. That's not a bad thing. So we, as his parents, the Nation of Islam, where he came from, we gave him the X. He earned that X when he did his beginning studies coming into the fold. So that's nothing disrespectful. To y'all it's disrespectful, but y'all can't, there's no compulsion in religion, brother. You can't put your religion because it's religion. It's religion. Call it what you want. Y'all are following a religious teaching. Because you want me to call him Allah, like you, no. For what? I call him Allah, the Father. I call him Brother Clarence 13X. I mean, none of these names are disrespectful. Come on, brother. That's what y'all do. You continue doing that. Don't put your ways and actions on me.
Matter of fact, I'm in Detroit, or we call it D-Mecca. I'll be all through the streets. Where you at, brother? Where can we get a paper from you? Where do you speak at? We have rallies every third Sunday month at Belle Isle. Your knowledge, if it's supreme, bring it. Black man.
First of all, I wouldn't come to any of your rallies or any of your gatherings because you talk like a savage. I mean, come on, bro. Why? What am I come there for? Okay, I'm gonna come with this. I'm gonna come with them. Bring the guard you, right? Come through with the guard you now. I'm gonna have to because come on, look at who I'm talking to. You sound like a savage. Listening to you, you don't sound like an intelligent person. You sound like a nigga in the Bing that's locked up in a cage, and you are growling all through the bars with foam coming out your mouth and saliva. That's what you sound like. So why would I come and meet you anywhere to have any type of discussion? We could have a discussion on the internet because when I get tired of the baby God jargon, I could just boop and just cut y'all off. That's it.
It's God. That's blasphemy. Right. How are you going to speak against the Father? You ain't even did a third of his work, motherfucker. The duty of the civilized is to what? Teach the uncivilized, so I'm teaching you. And I'm going to beat you with many stripes. So I'm serving you with a 318 and a 1242nd. Go to King James Bible. Ezekiel 3:18 and St. Luke 12:47. You've been warned. You don't know the duty of a civilized person. Teach the uncivilized. You too busy trying to accuse other righteous people. That's in the 4th degree and the 1 through 14.
No, I'm accusing savages trying to use my culture, trying to tell me that I'm a fake and I'm a fraud, and this is my culture. I'm Allah. I'm the God of this culture. Not you teaching what you're teaching. No, I'm the Asiatic black God Allah in this universe. I'm the one that makes this thing go round and round and round, not you teaching what you're teaching. No, you're causing the destruction of atoms, not the building. You're not a building block of nothing. Nothing. So I don't need a paper in this day and time. I can get on the internet and I have enough students right now that I could even manage. This is the whole reason why I started this channel. The whole purpose of me starting this channel was because I got students that I've met throughout my travels, and we build. They want to keep in contact with me. I want to keep in contact with them, make sure they still on their square doing their thing. So boom, we on the Power He Won. We build on the phone, or I started the online joint just to build. And other people, it attracted other gods as well. So yeah, I could put out a paper, I could put out a book, I could put out, but I mean, God, I do what I do. I mean, I got my things, my avenue, and my way that I'm giving the message to the people. I have my own self-style that I'm using to propagate that message. What are you doing, black man? I could show you students. I could show you the fruits of my labor. What are you doing, black man? That's the question. You can't be doing too much because you sound like you ain't doing too much. Talking like an idiot and a savage. Come on. You cursing and, and mother effer and all of this. For what? You bring your knowledge or your information to the table. I bring mine to the table. We sit down, boom. We go through degrees, and we come to a conclusion. That's how intelligent people do it.
You come amongst the righteous people trying to accuse us. Do your teachings. If you so right and exact, let your works outweigh ours. Nobody never heard of you, black man. Who are you?
And my work is
God
already
is seen and
outweighing
heard
yours.
everywhere. You Johnny come lately. The Father was teaching in 64 when Elijah was living. He said that he was Allah. You Johnny come lately, motherfucker. The Father went out to the streets and built his own nation. Yeah, I'm talking to you like that, brother. If you don't like it, meet me wherever, black man.
All right, so he's a savage. Once again, yo, come meet me, God. Yo, yeah, I'm over here on 46 Ave. Come meet me. Come meet you with what? With the God you? Like, I mean, again, like, bro, what's going on over here? What are we doing, huh? Come on, what are we gonna battle rap over here? You gonna spit some bars for me, huh? Come on, what are we doing? Like, what's going on over here? No, I'm not talking to righteous people when I'm talking to you, brothers. I'm talking to savages. And I mean, you show and prove that, brother. You show and prove that. The 16th degree and the 1 to 40, at the end of that degree, and everyone sees it, and they always ask y'all, well, it do say also Muslims and Muslim sons. Well, why y'all, oh, no, we ain't Muslims. No, we ain't Muslims. No. But I know new students and stuff, when they look at that before the indoctrination comes and y'all finally indoctrinate them, they're probably like, but why you just don't give them back their degrees or their lessons, their Muslim lessons at the end of the day? That's what they say, lost found Muslim lessons. They came from a Muslim mosque, or Elijah Muhammad was a Muslim. So why are you still following Muslim stuff if the Father said he's Allah? And why are you still, like, these are questions newborns have. Because the average person has some sort of reading comprehension. They can see that the lessons are teaching them to be Muslims, and they can see that the lessons are teaching them to be righteous gods. They can see that. They can see both. And to them, there's no problem with coinciding the two. The two are congruent when you look at it, when you really understand it. Elijah Muhammad's word for God was Muslim. So although it says also Muslims and Muslim sons, and the father never removed that from anywhere from his teachings, anywhere, he could have took that out, right? Had he would have been thinking like you brothers, he would have took that out. Get that gone. No, we ain't no Muslims. Get that out of my I'm not giving that to my babies. Why the father left it there? Why did he see fit for it to stay there, remain, let it stay right there? Why is that? Y'all don't never want to answer questions like that. It's a valid question because I'd be wanting to know, you know. So again, this is just a quick bombing. I'm not even going to stay on this too long. You know, I don't know who this brother is again. You know, somebody mentioned something about a Dr. Bahu or something. I don't know if that's who this brother is. Whoever he is, brother, first of all, like whenever you want to sit down and debate, we can debate whenever, brother. But I mean, I'll debate you online. I don't even really see the need to be face to face with you. There's really no need for me to even go there. You know what I mean? No need to do that. I'm home from prison and I'm trying to stay home. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want my mind to flip back into that type of thinking, you know? And that's pretty much what you're going to cause talking like that to individuals. I don't know who this video is for, but I'm just, because you're talking about we not Muslims, I'm taking it like you talking to me. You know, so I'm gonna just take it like you talking to me. So that's why I said, let me just give you a quick bombing, you know, just to show you who the real 5%er is versus who's, I guess, trying to be a 5%er. Brothers still trying to, you know, get with these lessons and understand these lessons. I'm not even gonna say no because they know them, but they don't understand these lessons. I'm trying to deal with brothers like that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, family, the 5%ers are Muslims. You know, the father didn't tell us that we weren't. He didn't change anything from the messenger's teachings. He didn't do any of that because he wouldn't have been successful had he would have. So the reason why the father was successful was because he was striving to follow the program of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and teach the black man that he's God. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as I close, said, I did not come to make a nation of followers. I came to make a nation of gods. So with that being said, family, I leave you as I came in the greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, and all of the righteous families of the planet. Peace.